Well, Bengals defense. Hey man, you can't be talking that noise about people and come out and perform like that. You get credit for talking noise when it's 0-0 when it's before the game. At least y'all wasn't trash talking like a front runner. At least you didn't wait until you up by a couple touchdowns and then start bumping your gums. You talked your smack before the game even started. It's commendable. Um, but you got to be careful who you talking to. you know, I mean, you don't want bulletin board material, especially against somebody who apparently is a competitor, like like Jayden Daniels, man. Like that dude there, he wasn't having it. He went, I believe it was 21 of 23, I think. Yeah, 21 of 23, 254 yards passing, two touchdowns, and ran for a touchdown. So you almost had an Al Bundy day on y'all. But shit, he balled. He balled for real. I don't know. Does he have that game against y'all if none of y'all was talking noise? I guess we'll never know. Unless we travel in the multiverse and see what happens. But mm, that kid can ball, man. I like what I saw out of him. I'm gonna tell you something. I was impressed with the poise. Like he didn't look like he was rattled. The situation didn't look like it was too big for him. Rookie quarterback, third week in the league, in the season, playing on prime time Monday Night Football. Everybody's watching. You got a team in Cincinnati who, before the beginning of the year, is predicted to be a Super Bowl contender. Maybe they still are. Teams have come back to have competitive postseasons after 0-3 starts. It is possible. Got an amazing quarterback in Joe Burrow, who's so thorough. An amazing receiver in Jamar Chase. So, Commanders on the flip side, they at the beginning of the season, they're not predicted. They're not a contender, a Super Bowl contender, to most people. Maybe Commanders fans, but hell, I don't think most Commander fans saw them as a contender this year. And if you did say that they was going to be a contender this year, shout out, mad props out to you. All right. But I'm not saying they're a contender now, but they look like if Daniels continue to play like this, hey man, you never know. You never know. You never know, man. And I got a feeling that Dan Quinn's defense is going to get better over the course of the year. But that kid looked amazing, man. That young man looked awesome. Like I'm big on having my quarterbacks that I like having poise, not just poise in the pocket, but the ability to not get too rattled, the ability to not appear that like the moment is too big for him. Because you could take the quarterback, he could run the fastest, has the quickest release, most strongest arm, most accurate arm, whatever. And he gets rattled. But then all that, a lot of times that stuff goes down the window. Mike Tyson said it best. Everybody has a plan until you get hit in the face, or until you get punched. And this dude here didn't rattle. Had every reason where he could have, but he did not. I mean, that. Man, shout out to that. Shout out to Daniels, man. Shout out to his mother and his father, right, for creating that solid foundation for that young man. Shout out, man. Shout out to his coaches, and shout out to God for creating that young man like that. All right, because Man, he went out there, man. He balled. I was impressed. I'm like, man, look at this dude. It took me a while to get this video done because I had to keep rewatching the highlights of this because I'm like, is this just a flash in the pan? He just had a good game. No, this was a game that the Bengals wanted, man. They talked that talk. They're 0-3 now. It's possible for them to still make the playoffs, maybe get the division, but the Steelers are 3-0. The Browns and the Ravens, they're 1-2. We all expect the Ravens to bounce back and start probably go on maybe on a 4 or 5 game win streak. I don't know. Cleveland's kind of up in the air, but right now Cleveland has a better record than you, Cincinnati. What you gonna do about it? You got Joe Burrow at quarterback. You paying him all that money. He deserves it. But you're supposed to be a Super Bowl contender. I think Shannon Sharp went way over the edge as far as saying Joe Burrow didn't play good enough to win the game. I thought he played good enough to win the game. Yeah. But he has to be a superhero. When you're the quarterback and you're making that much money, you're a superhero. You got to be a superhero, man. You got to figure out a way to get it done. You know what I'm saying? You got to figure a way out to get it done. And it's going to fall on him because if they was 3-0, he'll get majority of the credit. They're 0-3. He does get majority of the blame, but he does not deserve all the blame. He had 10 incompletions. Didn't throw any interceptions. But when y'all get in that red zone, hey, man, you got to make it happen. Hey, take it from me, Rockets fan. James Harden will average 30-something points per game in a playoff series. They lose, they all blame Harden. They blame Harden. You know what I'm saying? Blame Harden. Rockets fan, Tracy McGrady never got out the first round. He averaging 30-something points per game. Oh, well, it's T-Mac's fault. You got to take on that. Lakers, Shaq, they don't win a championship. They blame, when it was Kobe and Shaq, they mostly blame Shaq. With great power comes great responsibility. Okay? In Wakanda, all right, in Wakanda, it might not all be T'Challa's fault. But I'm going to tell you something. If Wakanda falls, it's on T'Challa. Why? Because he's the protector of Wakanda. I can only imagine how many people in Avengers Infinity War, how many Wakandan citizens they blame T'Challa for what happened. Because they said, man, had you not opened up the doors to Captain America and them, they wouldn't have brought Vision down here. And guess what? Thanos, instead of battling here, they would have battled somewhere else. Okay? So, T'Challa, you're responsible for that. Joe Burrow, you're responsible for that. Them's be the rules, man. That's the rules, man. I mean, is it fair? No, it's not fair. But it is what it is. But Daniels, man, he balled, man. That kid there, I don't know if he's gonna win Rookie of the Year, but this division, that NFC East, is up for grabs. It's up for grabs. Dallas is not a sure thing on it. Giants not a sure thing on it. I don't think that, well, the Eagles was the closest to a sure thing I felt on it, but who knows? But Washington looks good. Washington looks good. I think this is the best that Washington has looked since they've been the Commanders. And Jayden Daniels, he looked like a doggone commander out there, man. So that's good, man. That's good. I mean, he looked like a savvy veteran out there, man. Dude was just smooth with it. Smooth with it. You know, so that's a very, very important trait to have, especially when you're a quarterback. You know, because everybody's going to be looking at you. All eyes are on you. But great job. Hey, man, Bengals, y'all got to get it together if y'all want to make something happen. They was in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Hey, you want to build off that. You still got Jamar Chase. He I don't think he signed his new deal yet. So you better win as much as you can while you got him. But anyways, share your thoughts and let me know. What did y'all think about Monday night's football game between the Commanders and the Bengals? please hit that like and subscribe button. Student of the Game Podcast.